Corn is a very valuable food, but we don't eat it in its natural form. Usually it's ground into flour, so it can be used to make the kinds of things we like to eat. Bread, pastry, spaghetti, cakes, biscuits. For a long time, for more than 600 years, from about 1200 AD, windmills made much of our flour. This mill was built in the early 1800s. It's called a tower mill. On top of the brick tower is a wooden cap that carries the sails. These small sails, the fantail, turn the cap so that the sweeps, or mainsails, face into the wind. The sweeps are fitted with wooden shutters that can be opened and closed. Millers used to grind corn for their local farmers, keeping a share of the flour as their payment. This mill is now preserved as one of the best examples of its kind, but it can still be worked. As he walks towards the mill, the miller has already started looking to check that everything is in working order. At the stone floor, where the millstones are, he puts a dab of grease on the cogs that will mesh to drive the stones. The whole cap is mounted on iron wheels running on a track around the top of the tower. At the very top, the miller checks the fantail. As it turns, the fantail drives this small cog along a toothed track, turning the cap and facing the sweeps to the wind. The fantail automatically adjusts the direction of the cap and sweeps as the wind changes. With everything in order, the mill can be started. This chain works a lever that closes the shutters on the sweeps. Closed, they resist the wind and start turning. Grain delivered to the mill has to be raised to the top floor, and power from the sweeps is used to do the work. The miller can start and stop the hoist by pulling on a rope. Trap doors in each floor flap up to let stacks pass, and then fall back into place. At the top, the hoist is restarted. And a sack arrives. When there is enough grain, milling can start. The sweeps turn this big gear, nearly 4 meters across, which meshes with a smaller gear, called the wallower, at the top of the main vertical shaft. At the bottom of the shaft, 2 floors below, is the large gear we saw being greased, and the drive to the stones. The top stone is turned, while the bottom stone stays still. Without all the surrounding bits, you can see the stones more clearly. Grain goes in the central hole and comes out at the edges as flour. Both stones have patterns of grooves that help to crush and move the grain. In time, the grooves get worn down and have to be recut with a tool called a stone pick. Cutting and dressing millstones used to be done by craftsmen who travelled from mill to mill. They used a variety of picks and hammers, and safety glasses to protect their eyes from stone chips. With the stone spinning, grain is fed down from the bin on the floor above. A governor responds to the speed of the stones and keeps a constant gap between them. The stones run at about 150 turns per minute. Flour falls out at the edges of the stones and through into another bin on the floor below. It gets everywhere. No wonder millers used to have the nickname Dusty. Where there's grain, there are often mice. A miller's best friend is his cat. This is wholemeal flour. It contains every part of the grain. From the bin on the bagging floor, the flour is put into sacks and weighed. The miller fills his sack to just about the right level, then weighs it. He adds the little needed to get the weight just right. Then the top can be tied and the sack put away for the customer. While he's busy, the mill looks after itself. The fantail turns the cap and sweeps as the wind shifts. When it's time to stop, the miller opens the shutters and the sweeps stop turning. Once, there were hundreds of windmills using wind power to grind grain, pump water, and operate all kinds of machinery. Some have been made into houses. Many more are neglected or have disappeared completely. A few, like this one, are lovingly cared for. Who knows when we might need to learn from them?